All right, what is going on YouTube world? I tried to do this with my son, but he fell asleep and got cranky, and now I'm doing this by myself. What is going on YouTube world? I'm your brother Reza, and this is KRTLYFE. KRTLYFE with the Y. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that. And today's vlog is all about cost per wear, the greatest equation I never learned about in school. Coming up next. So every fashion season that comes around, all these clothing manufacturers, people from outdoor gear to like high street fashion, are all coming up with all these marketing ways and details and explanations of why you should buy their clothes. But us as consumers, what do we have to help us measure why we should or shouldn't buy their clothes? Introducing a concept called cost per wear. Now, cost per wear is one of these concepts that I pretty much just found out all about on YouTube alone. Had it not been for YouTube, I probably would have never even thought about this. And now that I know about cost per wear, I'm like, why have I never known about this? And that is kind of why I want to make this video, to share this idea with y'all, because I think it's a great way to look at your clothing. So what is cost per wear? Cost per wear is literally exactly what it states. It is the cost that you pay for a garment divided by the times that you wear the garment equals your cost per wear. Why is this equation so powerful? Well, let's look at it like this. If you buy a $50 shirt and you wear that shirt 50 times, that shirt is essentially costing you one time every time you wear it, if that shirt lasts 50 wears. If you buy a $50 shirt and you wear it 10 times, that shirt is essentially costing you $5 per wear if it lasts that 5 wears. You know, when you get some of these clothes from different manufacturers, some of these clothes can last a long time and some of it can't. And fun fact, if you have, let's say for instance, 7 shirts for each day of the week, there's only 52 days in a week. So if you wear that shirt once a week, that's only 52 wears. So if it's a $50 shirt, it'll pretty much take you all year to get that shirt down to $1 per wear. Versus if you wear that same shirt every single day, obviously 365 days, you will get that shirt down way under $1 way quicker. And as a person that at one point in my life owned over 200 pairs of shoes and had way more clothes than any human should probably even legally own, having 200 pairs of shoes, there was no way in the world I could use 200 pairs of shoes. So when I see some of these people that have so many shoes, you can't be wearing them unless you change shoes several times a day. Cost per wear is not just for fashion people. Cost per wear is very important, I feel like, for all of us, because essentially we all have to spend our hard-earned money to go out here and buy this clothes to protect us from the element or help us do our job, or at least just be that residual self-image that we have of ourselves that we want to present to the world. So in my personal life experience, cost per wear is a very important tool to me now, because it has really transformed the way that I look at my clothes. As a person who had too much clothes and too much congestion, it was always taking me too long to actually get dressed in the morning, and just to do the most simplest thing, like go to dinner or whatever, it would take me like an hour to figure out what I wanted to wear. During my time in the military and traveling and going on vacations and stuff like that, I realized over the years that having less clothes was more effective and more relaxing for me. I didn't have all this anxiety of what am I going to wear. So one day I decided to just create a uniform for myself. It took me a few months to refine my uniform, but essentially my uniform became a basic black t-shirt, long sleeve or short sleeve, most of the time wool, and skinny pants, shoes of my choice, and a jacket to put over it to give it a little bit more of I don't know what, a certain je ne sais quoi. And when I created this uniform, I realized that my efficiency shot through the roof. I was no longer spending all this time trying to get dressed. I mean, I could literally get ready in 5 minutes all the time, 365 days. It made it easier for me to get dressed early in the morning to go to work, because I had to show up for work really, really early in the morning. And it just made my life so much less stressful having way less clothes. So going down this whole wormhole of having a civilian uniform and creating your perfect capsule wardrobe, I eventually went down the YouTube rabbit hole and stumbled upon cost per wear and all these different female fashion vloggers talking about cost per wear and explaining it. And I was like, man, that is a really great concept. I'm going to start tracking my clothes. And man, whew, boy. When I started tracking my clothes and started thinking about how much should my clothes cost me, I started using this app called Stylebook or something like that. And when I started gradually inputting the clothes that I was wearing on a regular basis, trying to get my cost per wear, the overall cost of my wardrobe was just going to, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was over 15 grand. Lots of money. And I'm not even the worst out of all of my peers. Like, I have friends who have probably spent quadruple what I have spent on clothes. And it just, like, seeing that number in black and white, like, really brought to my attention, like, wow, like, I spent so much money on clothes and it doesn't even feel like it. And that's what really started getting me to drive towards efficiency of my clothes and making sure that I wear all my clothes and use all my clothes on a regular basis. But how much you spend on your personal clothes is completely subjective to whatever you think is right or wrong, or if you want to maximize your cost per wear or not. But for me, I just couldn't believe how much I've actually already invested in clothes. It just blew my mind. So we're going to get into some of my best and worst cost per wears. Some of these are going to be kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to share them with you anyway. So I guess we'll start off with boots. So out of all the boots that I've ever purchased, my most effective boots, like as far as cost per wear and the daily use and everything, has been my Doc Marten 1460s. I actually did a video on those boots, and I thought that I bought them brand new, but I actually got them used on eBay in great condition for $50, and I've had them for almost 8-9 years now. So I have gotten those things way under $1 per wear. I'm 100% certain of that, and they're pretty beat, but I still love them. I still wear them a lot. A really bad example of a cost per wear for me would be my Saint Laurent Wyatts. Like, I love the way that Saint Laurent Wyatts look. I love seeing people dressing up in really cool outfits, but for me personally, they don't really work in my day-to-day life. So I just never find time to really use my Wyatts, and it is a shame because it's such a beautiful boot, but it just doesn't work in my life, in my personal life. Which brings me to a concept real quick that I saw a lot of these female fashion bloggers talking about, was their reality self versus their vanity self. I think men, we're guilty of that too. Like, we have, like, you know, our reality that we live in and how we have to dress, and then we have this ideal of how we want to dress. And sometimes those things don't really, you know, correlate, which is why I started thinking to myself, okay, if I'm going to be buying clothes that's this expensive, I need to be able to wear it at work, which is why I think my Wyatts were a horrible choice, but still a great quality shoe. And then things that I carry on my person every day that I've definitely got my cost per wear out of would be my Apple Watch. This thing I paid $200 for, and I've worn it every day since 2018 when I'm at work. So that's like 5 times however many years it has been now. So yeah, this thing is well under $1 per wear. My Louis Vuitton wallet is well under $1 per wear. This thing, I got it in 2016 or 2017, $300 something, and I wear this every day, and now we're in 2023, so this is another item that is well under $1 per wear. In doing this whole process, I've realized there's still a lot of things in my wardrobe, even though I have downsized extensively, that I still do not wear. So after I go through this whole tracking process and measure out all my and look at all my analytics from my wardrobe, I'm going to still do some downsizing because I feel like there are still items in my wardrobe that I don't wear. And if I don't wear it, I need to sell it because that's just money sitting in the closet. So in closing, I think cost per wear is a great way to figure out how much you are actually spending on your clothes, which may really surprise you. I think it's a great way to track what you actually wear versus what you think you wear, and I think it's a great way to figure out what you don't need to waste any more money on in your life when you go shopping, because you're not going to end up wearing it. So I'm your brother Reza. This is KRTLYFE, KRTLYFE with the Y. Like, subscribe, comment, and all that. And I hope this vlog helps you guys save money, make the most of the clothes that you have, become more efficient and economically, fiscally aware of your budget and what you're spending on clothes. So I'll see you on the next video. Peace.